Okay, we'll call the Common Council meeting to order of April 21st, 2026. Roll call.
Alderwoman Haas. Here. Lorick.
Here.
Ritz.
Here.
Alderwoman Marshall is excused. Alderman Gale.
Here.
Guzekowski.
Here.
Okay, Pledge of Allegiance. I'll stand. Matt, you want to lead us, please? Thank you. Just item of housekeeping in Mayor Dan's absence. I'll be running the meeting tonight, but I will retain my vote on behalf of the citizens of the 5th District. So, with that said, we'll look to move on to item number 3, which is approval of minutes of the April 6, 2026 meeting. Any notations, corrections, deletions? See it, otherwise we'll take a motion on that.
Lorick moves to approve the minutes of 4/6/26.
Seconds.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Haas. Aye.
Great, thank you. Item 4, then, we'll move on to the election of the Common Council President. I'll turn that over to Attorney Carls.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, Council and everyone here. This is the procedure for the Common Council President election. This is the one provision where by Wisconsin statute, the election can be done by a paper ballot. This is the only time that the Common Council can do so, in that it would be a secret ballot if the council chose to do that. So the process would be that the chair would open the floor for nominations. Any one of the alderpersons can do so. And once all of the nominations are made, there will be a motion to close the nominations, and a vote could be cast by paper ballot. So it would be any nominations and a second. And if there is only one nomination that is received, any alderperson can move to close the nominations and then cast a unanimous ballot. We would need a second, and then there would be a roll call vote. So you have done this before. Happy to answer any questions.
All right, with that said, I'll open the floor for nominations for Common Council President.
Ritz will move to nominate Ken Gale for Common Council President.
Guzekowski will second.
If any further nominations? With that,
Lorick will move to close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Alderman Ken Gale for Council President.
Seconds.
roll call, please.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Haas. Aye. And Lorick has voted.
Great, thank you all, appreciate that. All right, that said, we'll move on to item number 5 in recognition. We'll consider a resolution of appreciation to Andrew Volbrecht, retiring senior utility service worker, Sewer Division. Catherine?
Resolution of appreciation to Andrew W. Volbrecht. Whereas Andrew W. Volbrecht began his employment with the City of Oak Creek on February 3rd, 1997 as a utility service worker in the distribution department, was promoted on April 23rd, 2017 to senior utility service worker, Sewer Division. And whereas throughout his career, Andrew has been proactive in cleaning and televising the sanitary sewers of Oak Creek. And whereas during his tenure at the utility, Andrew successfully cleaned over 885 miles of sanitary sewer, televised over 460 miles of sanitary sewer in the city, and repaired over 3,000 sanitary manholes. And whereas Andrew has been a valuable team member who, despite his preference for sewer operations, has also contributed to the clean water side of the utility by flushing hydrants, operating valves, and responding to numerous late-night water main breaks. And whereas Andrew has proven to be an invaluable employee whose dedication and leadership have contributed to the success and future of the Oak Creek Water and Sewer Utility. And whereas Andrew retired from his position as Senior Service Worker, Sewer Division of the Oak Creek Water and Sewer Utility, effective April 17, 2026, after completing 29 years and 2 months of full-time service, and the utility hereby expresses its deepest appreciation for his decades of distinguished service, leadership, and commitment to excellence and it extends its sincere best wishes for a fulfilling and well-deserved retirement. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and common council of the city of Oak Creek for and behalf of the citizens of the city of Oak Creek, that sincere gratitude and appreciation be extended to Andrew W. Volbrecht for his years of dedicated and faithful service to the city of Oak Creek water and sewer utility, and that the best wishes for good health, great weather, and good fishing be extended to him and his family in the years ahead. Be it further resolved that this resolution be spread upon the minutes of this meeting, and that city clerk is hereby directed to transmit a suitable copy thereof to Andrew W. Volbrecht, passed and adopted this 21st day of April 2026.
Thank you. Any comments? So just on behalf of the common council and the citizens of Oak Creek, just want to express to Andrew our sincere appreciation for his dedicated employment. Obviously, a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but incredibly necessary and incredibly valuable service to the city, and we appreciate everything he's done on behalf of the city and the water utility. With that said, I'll take a motion on item number 5.
House moves to adopt resolution number 12676-042126, a resolution of appreciation to Andrew W. Volbrecht, retiring senior utility service worker, sewer division.
Lorik seconds.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye. Moving on, then, we have a series of 4 mayoral proclamations. These items don't necessarily need action. I'll have Catherine read summaries and headlines of these proclamations into the record, and I know folks from the Library Foundation want to speak on behalf of their motion. So, that said, Catherine?
National Library Week 2026, April 19th to April 25th, 2026. Whereas libraries spark creativity, fuel imagination, and inspire lifelong learning, offering a space where individuals of all ages can find joy through exploration and discovery. Whereas libraries serve as vibrant community hubs, connecting people with knowledge, technology, and resources while fostering civic engagement, critical thinking, and cultural enrichment. Whereas libraries provide free and equitable access to books, digital tools, and innovative programming, ensuring that all individuals, regardless of background, have the support they need to learn, connect, and thrive. Whereas libraries partner with schools, businesses, and organizations to maximize resources, increase efficiency, and expand access to essential services, strengthening the entire community. Whereas libraries empower job seekers, entrepreneurs, and lifelong learners by providing access to resources, training, and opportunities that support career growth and economic success. Whereas libraries nurture young minds through story times, STEAM programs, and literacy initiatives, fostering curiosity and a love of learning that lasts a lifetime. Whereas libraries protect the right to read, think, and explore without censorship, standing as champions of intellectual freedom and free expression. Whereas dedicated librarians and library workers provide welcoming spaces that inspire discovery, collaboration, and creativity for all. Whereas libraries, librarians, and library workers across the country are joining together to celebrate National Library Week under the theme, Find Your Joy. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Daniel J. Bakevich, Mayor of the City of Oak Creek, proclaim April 19th through 25th, 2026 as National Library Week. During this week, I encourage all residents to visit their library, explore its resources, and celebrate all the ways that the library helps our community find joy. Dated this 21st day of April 2026.
Thank you, Catherine. We'll take-
Summarize. Okay. The next proclamation is an Arbor Day proclamation. City of Oak Creek is very proud to be a Tree City USA community, and we are recognized by the National Arbor Day Foundation that we continue and desire to tree plant. So this proclamation honors April as a Arbor Day month. The next mayoral proclamation is a proclamation acknowledging ALS, known by many as Lou Gehrig's disease. Lou Gehrig's disease is a progressive, fatal neurodegenerative disease in which a person's brain loses connections with its muscles, slowly taking away their ability to walk, talk, eat, and eventually breathe. And this is acknowledging that we support all research and continued recognition for those who help support finding a cure for this very sad disease. We also have a proclamation for Women's Health Month. Every May, National Women's Health Month is observed to empower women to prioritize their physical, mental, and emotional well-being. And the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office on Women's Health observes May in honor of women and the strides that they can take to improve women's health during this time.
Thank you, Catherine. I know a lot of folks are here from the Library Foundation. Sharon, I believe you're going to give us a few choice words on proclamation.
Good evening, members of the council.
Sharon, make sure the microphone's pulled down. There you go, so we can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, Mayor. No, he's not here. Members of the council and people in attendance, thank you for this opportunity. Jill Leninger, our director, was unable to be here tonight, so she asked me to do this in her spot, and I'm happy to do so. This year's theme, like you heard, is Find Your Joy. As the president of the Oak Creek Public Library Board of Trustees, I'm proud to share all the ways our residents are finding joy at the library. In 2025, the library celebrated our 10th anniversary in this building. Over the past decade, the library has truly become a cornerstone of this community. That was clearly reflected this year as we welcomed more than 160,000 visitors through our doors. That's 160,000 moments of discovery, connection, and joy. Our collection continues to be one of the primary ways people engage with the library. This year, we circulated more than 251,000 items, including over 63,000 digital checkouts. But today's library goes far beyond books. Residents can borrow video games, puzzles, board games, digitization equipment, and even passes to local attractions like the Milwaukee County Zoo, the Domes, the Harley-Davidson Museum, just to name a few. These offerings ensure that everyone in our community has access to enriching experiences regardless of cost. Nearly 11,000 Oak Creek residents now have library cards, and we're proud of the role we play in their daily lives. Our staff delivered more than 400 programs this year with 10,000 attendees. Whether it's a story time, a STEAM program, STEAM is science, technology, engineering, art, and math. There we go. A STEAM program is an instructional class or a hands-on workshop. These programs bring people together and spark curiosity. Youth services continue to be at the heart of what we do. More than 9,000 children and families participated in early literacy and learning programs this year. Our librarians don't just stay in the building. They are out in the community visiting schools, daycares, participating in 4K registration, and supporting events like the Salvation Army's Back to School program. We also recognize that not everyone has equal access to technology. That's why the library plays a critical role in bridging the digital divide. We offer 56 public computers, along with Wi-Fi and printing surfaces. This year alone, our computers were used more than 10,000 times, and over 1,000 people per month connect to our Wi-Fi. We also provide mobile and remote printing, making it easy for residents to access essential services even without a printer at home. Our partnerships continue to expand our impact, from National Night Out to school visits to senior center presentations. We're meeting residents where they are and bringing library services into the community. Behind all of this are our dedicated staff. In 2025, they answered more than 50,000 reference questions, everything from helping with job applications and homework to researching local history or answering those wonderfully random questions like, How do I figure out when my can of baked beans has expired? What's the best way to find my cat? He's lost. And who was Oak Creek's first mayor? For the record, the expiration date should be stamped on the can. You can rent a thermal camera from Home Depot to help find your cat, and the first mayor of Oak Creek was Arthur Oppenschein. We also take pride in becoming a welcoming and inclusive space. Our study rooms and quiet areas are constantly in use, and community groups regularly gather at the library, strengthening civic engagement and connection. At the same time, we are committed to financial responsibility and operational excellence by maximizing shared resources across Milwaukee County and the state. We continue to expand services while being strong stewards of public funds. This year, we also upgraded all of our RFID equipment. That stands for radio frequency identification. It's a little tag that you find in every item, making borrowing faster and more efficient for patrons while moving forward. All these efforts demonstrate the library's continued value to our community. As we look ahead to 2026, we're excited to build on this momentum. We're expanding digital access to historical issues of the Oak Creek Pictorial and investing further in our digital library offerings and online databases. Thanks to a generous donation from our Friends of the Library group, we've added even more Explore passes, including the Packer Hall of Fame, East Troy Railroad Museum, and Kenosha Public Museum, as well as Tony's, an exciting new format that helps children and families enjoy stories and music together in a hands-on way. At its core, the library is about helping people find their joy, whether that's through a good book, a new skill, a community connection, or a welcoming place to spend time. Thank you for your continued support and for helping us ensure that every resident has the opportunity to find their joy at the Oak Creek Public Library. I also want to extend a special thank you to the Friends of the Library that are here. Would you stand, please? Many of them have been longtime friends. Thank you. And they help so much and give us so much, so we appreciate them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sharon. Anything for the council on that? I just want to say on behalf of everyone here, just appreciate you folks being here and everything you do for our great facility. You have great staff, obviously great programs, and you and everyone else serve the community in an incredibly good way with our programs here at the library. Just an item of note then, the mayoral proclamations, if anyone's interested in seeing the full text of those, you can obviously find those on the city's webpage on the Common Council agenda tab, so if you're interested. Moving on then, for new business, the clerk's department will have a resolution setting the date and time for the board review. Catherine?
Good evening, council. This item is, we do this annually. We are setting the date for the statutory meeting for the Board of Review to meet. The role will not be complete at that time, so we are anticipating that our next meeting to schedule the hearings for property owners would be in June. So this is kind of a routine, necessary resolution stating that our Board of Review will meet for its statutory meeting on May 11th, 2026. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Anything for Catherine? Who's anything? Oh, great. We'll entertain a motion on item 10.
Class moves to adopt resolution number 12678-042126, setting the date and time for the 2026 Board of Review.
Lorick seconds.
Great, thank you. Roll call, please.
Alderwoman Haas.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Great, thank you. Item 11, moving on then, consider a resolution approving an amendment number 6 to a Milwaukee County Master Intergovernmental Agreement for provision of emergency medical services. Michael, welcome.
Good evening, council members. Mike Kresick, Fire Chief. Tonight, requesting your consideration to adopt a resolution approving the intergovernmental agreement Amendment number 6 for the provision of EMS services within Milwaukee County, traditionally known as a paramedic contract. This, as you may know, the oversight and medical direction for our EMS program, our paramedic program, is provided by the Office of Emergency Management through Milwaukee County. This amendment to the agreement outlines the responsibilities of the county as well as participating departments as part of that EMS agreement. It has been reviewed by the mayors through the ICC. The formula, part of the agreement does have a stipulation on the amount of annual funding, a stipend that departments receive for the provision of ALS service within a community. The formula used to determine that stipend remains the same with past agreements. Notably, in this particular amendment, it is a 5-year with the option for 5 additional terms on a yearly basis after that. I'd be happy to answer any questions related to this agreement.
Any significant changes to note, Mike?
Every amendment to it typically looks at the provision of equipment, the type of equipment that the county allocates to paramedic rigs, the number of paramedics that can be educated, the number of med units that each municipality is authorized to provide service with. Those have remained relatively stable. There were some slight modifications to the performance indicators, all very achievable, some modified with some language changes from the past. Overall, a very similar agreement to what we've had in the past.
Council, any discussion, any questions? Otherwise, we'll take a motion then on item 11.
Clerk moves to adopt resolution number 12669-042126, approving amendment number 6 to Milwaukee County Master Intergovernmental Agreement for provision of emergency medical services.
A second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Great. Item 12 then is to consider a motion to authorize approval of purchase agreement with Braun Custom Ambulances for ambulance remount services. Michael.
Council members, Mike Kresick, Fire Chief, tonight requesting authorization of the approval of a purchase agreement with Braun Custom Ambulances for ambulance remount services. As part of the 2026 budget, we were allocated funding for the purchase of a replacement ambulance. As we began to investigate the purchase process, we did meet with our Braun representative and look at the option of a remount, which is essentially taking the existing patient care compartment off our one ambulances, lifting it off the old chassis and placing it on a new Ford chassis. Through the evaluation between Braun and our department, we found that one of our ambulances, the patient care compartment, was in very good condition, very good shape, where a remount would make sense because they would refurbish that, not at the highest level of refurb, but at the middle level of refurb, and able to turn around an ambulance for us 4 to 6 months as opposed to 36 months. We saw the opportunity to save money through this process as well as turn around an ambulance and receive it quicker than if we were to purchase outright. Obviously, this is the first time we are going through this process. We have talked to other departments that have done the remount and have found success with it. So we're confident that this will be a cost-effective and time-efficient way to maintain our fleet. Be happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Mike? I know Jim and I think are privy to a really robust discussion and explanation of this process a week ago. Very interesting. And I know there were some timing-related things that actually made a lot of sense. The other ambulances in your fleet. So
Absolutely.
appreciate the work on that. So with that said, I'll take a motion on item 12.
Clerk moves to authorize approval of the purchase agreement with Braun Custom Ambulances for an ambulance remount services.
A second.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Chief. Moving on Public Works and Utility, item 13 is consider an ordinance to repeal and recreate section 8.6, 8.61A, sub A, sub 12, 861, sub B, sub 2, and 3, 862A, sub A, sub B, and sub C, 863, 8.64, sub A, sub 1, sub 2, and 4, 8.65, sub 1, sub A, and 4, and 8.67 of a municipal code relating to recycling. All right. Melissa, we'll take that.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is an update to Chapter 8. It's a significant number of changes to our recycling ordinance. Matt Trebetuski, our Director of Public Works, and I had worked together to ensure that these modifications were made. Essentially, there were a number of administrative code revisions that took effect last year. This is bringing us into compliance as a responsible unit, is what they call it, to make modifications to our recycling ordinance before the end of this month. So I know that there are extensive changes, but essentially this is, just like I said, to come into compliance, yes, but also to make sure that we are current. And the next item relates to this a little bit as well, but I can talk to that when the time comes. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Melissa? Okay, we'll entertain a motion on item 13.
Clerk moves to adopt ordinance number 3157, an ordinance to repeal and recreate sections 8.60, 8.61 sub A sub 12, 8.61 sub B sub 2 and 3, 8.62 sub A, B, and C, 8.63, 8.64 sub A sub 1, 2, and 4, 8.65 sub A 1 and 4, and 8.67 of the municipal code relating to recycling.
Seconds.
The roll call, please.
Alderman Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Paz.
Aye.
Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Great, we'll move on to item 14. Consider a resolution establishing various fees, permits, and charges charged by the city of Oak Creek. Melissa Attorney
Thank you.
Carls.
Appreciate that. Like I said, this is an item related to the very recently adopted ordinance changes in the item just before you. And essentially, this is to come into conformance with how, as a city, we decided some time ago, some years ago, we typically annually update our fees and resolutions, certainly for ease of communications to anyone that affects in the public, but also in terms of tracking what is necessary for staff to be able to communicate out. So we do that under section 3.40 of our code. This is a resolution that addresses two pieces. One is the fee adjustment from the recycling ordinance that was just adopted, and then also just a bit of cleanup since we are bringing such an ordinance before you as to two items related to subdivision fees that are under community development. So the top section is relative to recycling fees update. The second section of the resolution is just to remove those items from our fee resolution. Neither of them are pieces that the city handles, so that is the reason that they are being removed. Happy to answer any questions.
Anything for Melissa? Great, I'll entertain a motion on item 14 then.
House moves to adopt resolution number 12677-042-126, establishing various fees, permits, and charges charged by the city of Oak Creek.
Clerk seconds.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Paz.
Aye.
Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye. Item 15 then, moving on, is the License Committee. Consider a motion to approve various license requests as listed on the April 21st, 2026 License Committee report. Alderman Ritz?
Thank you, President Gale. Included in your packet, council people, is the listing of the committee report from yesterday. Let me know if you have any questions.
One question
Yes.
for you on item number, well, I guess in general, how much information is provided to the committee when reviewing these? I guess specific to item number 2, the secondhand articles, secondhand jewelry license for a pop-up at the Homewood Suites. Just knowing buying and selling of precious metals, coins, whatever, requires legal for trade scales. I know there's been issues in the past with some of these events. Do they need to provide a business plan or anything like that, or what they're actually going to be doing to the license committee? How does that work usually in the meetings?
Catherine, can you help me on that?
I'm looking for their packet right now. Alderman Ritz.
Thank you.
It's nothing, nothing that you need to look up now. I have no problem having them getting a license. I was just curious. I know that the weights and measures inspectors will usually pay them a visit and make sure that everything's up to speed.
Yeah, so I'm looking at their application now, and they are required to provide their licensing. I don't know, Attorney Carls might be more versed on what they actually are required to do during the event, but I don't know. They do provide us with their licensing
Okay.
for, as a secondhand dealer, but I can certainly follow up on how that's enforced during an event.
Okay, thanks.
Tell you, Alderman Lorik, that we ensure that they are in compliance. I haven't looked recently at our code section, but it is in conformity with the statute section under section 134.71. So that licensing or regulatory scheme statewide applying to secondhand dealers, pawnbrokers, things of that nature, that is being enforced as part of our
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, Ritz moves to approve the various license requests as listed on the 4/21/26 License Committee report.
Clark seconds.
Roll call, please.
Alderwoman Haas.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Great, thank you. Moving on, in vendor summary, item number 16 is consider a motion to approve the April 15th, 2026 vendor summary report in the amount of $530,733.47. Take a look there if you have any questions on, or any items of interest or note for Max or any other staffer. Otherwise, we'll take a motion on item 16.
Lorik moves to approve the April 15th, 2026 vendor summary report in the total amount of $530,733.47.
A second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Okay, moving on then, appointments, items 17, 18, and 19. These appointments are traditionally held until the next common council meeting. It would be the mayor's appointments and the common council president's appointments to the various committees of the city. Unless there's the reason, we'll need a motion to hold these items to the next meeting, which is, what the date is on, I believe? May 5th meeting of the common council.
Lorik moves to hold the mayoral aldermanic appointments to the May 5th, 2026 meeting.
A second.
For note, these are items 17, 18, and 19 of the common council agenda. So, okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Good enough for you? Works? All right. Under miscellaneous then, we're going to consider a motion to convene in the closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute, Section 19.85, to discuss the following: A, Section 19.85, Sub 1, Sub G, Wisconsin State Statutes for the purpose of conferring with legal counsel who will render an oral or written advice with respect to litigation in which the city is likely to become involved, specifically City and County of Butte Silver Bow versus 3M Company et al., filed in the U.S. District Court for the District of Montana regarding those names: substance contaminated firefighter turnout gear. I'll need a motion from one of the other council members on that to actually move that into closed session.
Lorik moves to convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute, Section 19.85, to discuss the following: A, Section 19.85, Sub 1, Sub G, Wisconsin statute for the purpose of conferring with legal counsel who will render oral or written advice with respect to litigation in which the city is likely to become involved, specifically City and County of Butte Silver Bow, the 3M Company, filed in the U.S. District Court for the District of Montana, case number 225CV00036, regarding perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances contaminated firefighter turnout gear.
A second.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Haas. Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll move into closed session and reconvene at the end of our discussion. Session.
Lorik moves to reconvene into open session.
Roll call.
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Haas. Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye. Item 22 then is to consider action taken on closed session item.
Lorik moves to approve the city's participation in the litigation involving PFAS contaminated firefighter turnout gear pending in U.S. District Court for the District of Montana under case number 225 CV 00036 and directing staff to proceed with the steps necessary to file claims on behalf of the city.
Great, thank you. Roll call.
Alderwoman Haas. Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Great. It's an hour. All right, we'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Lorik moves to adjourn.
Roll call.
Alderman Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Haas.
Thank you.